Very short episode today. We don't have much to talk about, but this is the episode after Real Madrid just played Las Palmas at Las Palmas. And not very many talking points, so I'm going to fly through them. The past 2 weeks have been very strange in terms of referees and Real Madrid. Say what you want about the whole Almeria game. There was a lot going on. Should some of the goals been disallowed? Maybe. Should some of the goals not been disallowed? Maybe. I'm not sure. I do think that I need a clear reference as to what the handball rule is, because I remember always hearing that if it touches anywhere on the short sleeve here, that is not considered a handball. That's what I always used to hear from referees and stuff when I was playing. But I'm not sure. If that's the case, then I don't see why people are complaining. It hit his sleeve, not the arm. But then again, I'm not a referee. I don't know the full rules. So if it is actually a disallow-worthy goal, then okay, fair play. Sucks. Real Madrid, we got away with that one. We cheated it. No big deal. But let's not forget, we're not the club with allegations. So, talking point number 2. I genuinely forgot Brahim Diaz was on the field today for about the entire first half. And even in the second half, I'm surprised that he stayed on the field for as long as he did. I was shocked. And I don't know if that was down to the system, if it was down to playing him more in the middle. I feel like he should have been put more out on the right wing. First half, we had 7 or 8 or 9 opportunities down the left wing. We had 0 on the right side. Carvajal cannot do everything alone, and every time we've played Brahim Diaz on the right side, we've had success. I don't know why we didn't do that today, especially against a Las Palmas team who is going to attack. They're going to come up. They're going to have a high line. Why not exploit the space everywhere rather than just on the left side where Vinny is? Number 3, Ceballos being fantastic today. Now, he made that pretty bad foul in the box. It wasn't cynical or anything. It wasn't like he was trying to break the guy's leg, but it was clear. It was a mistake. It was a foul. How that did not go to VAR, I have no clue. How that was not initially awarded as a penalty, I have no clue. I don't get it. I don't really like winning this way because it tarnishes our name and it makes people say robbery, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, we all know which fan base is saying that. It's the one that continues to rob people year after year and then pretend like nothing happens. But we're just going to go with that. He was all over the field, offensively, defensively. He won the ball back quite a few times. He was creating opportunities. He had that really good through ball to Rodrigo in the first half. That was, I think he was offsides. And then the keeper thought it was a good idea to just get in his face or something. Okay, dude, you made a save. Congrats. I don't know what that keeper was thinking. But hey, you can hold those 2 goals and we'll take the 3 points. One of the talking points that really interests me is the lack of goals that us and Barca and Atletico score now compared to 10 years ago. Obviously, football has evolved as a sport. Every single team is getting better. Players are getting better. I truly do believe that the new generation will outdo the past generation with everything, in my opinion, because you've got more experience, you learn, you can see what people did in the past, you can learn from their mistakes. I remember the good old days when every single club that we played in 14, 15, 15, 16, if they were I want to say 8th to 20th in the league, we would score 4 or 5 goals, consistently. We would destroy everyone. Now, I'm not crazy enough to leave out the fact that we also had prime Cristiano Ronaldo, not prime Karim Benzema, let's be honest, and Gareth Bale. And we also had the set-piece monsters that were known as Pepe, Varane, Ramos, Casemiro, all those guys. It's a different squad now, and I understand that. We don't have that player who's going to score 50 goals a season. We just don't. Not anymore. Maybe if we get Haaland or Mbappe, but I'm so tired of this Mbappe saga. The last thing I want to talk about on earth is Mbappe. Genuinely, I hope he never comes to Madrid, and I hope he never wins the Champions League because he's toying too much with our team. So, but hey, if you join us and you win us the Champions League, then hey, everything I say, I take it back. Don't be mad. But yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot. I'll see some of the highlights from the old games, and it's just slaughterfest. We'll just score so many. Clubs now, and I know I was complaining about this a few episodes ago, clubs now just park the bus against us most of the time, which is why I was actually so excited for us to play against Las Palmas. I was like, oh my God, a game with space. Maybe our team will actually be able to do something today. And we did create a few opportunities. I don't know if any of them were fantastic, but we were able to get in behind. We were able to play through balls or balls over the top. We were able to create more dangerous opportunities that aren't usually how we have been in the past, which is just, 60th, 65th, 70th minute, we're going to sub on Jose Lu and just spam crosses in the box. Cross and inshallah. And then Jose Lu misses like 5 of them and maybe scores 1. So that's why I was excited, and that brings me on to my next talking point, because Las Palmas is one of the few clubs in La Liga that actually attacks. They play with a high line, they're ambitious, they've got some bravery to them, some courage, and they'll play their way no matter who they're playing, which I respect. Obviously, they're able to do that because they're at home and they're in 8th place. They're not fighting relegation. They're probably not really competing for top 4 or 5 or a European spot in general. So they're able to just play their game without worry of losing. They're going into the game expecting, okay, we're probably going to lose Real Madrid. Let's just play our game. And that's what I even heard one of the ESPN commentators talking about, is like, they're in a position where they don't need to fear losing. They expect to lose, so they're just going to try their absolute hardest to win, and whatever happens, happens. I can respect that. That's why them and Girona are doing really well. They even mentioned that clubs that come up from the Segunda division that play Parque de Bus football, La Liga just doesn't suit them, and that's why they just go right back down to Segunda. It would be an incredible world if, in my opinion, right? And maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe I need a different perspective. Leave something in the comments for me to think about. It would be a different world if every single time a La Liga match was played, both teams were just attacking as much as they could, and it was like a basketball game. A lot of people kind of crap on me for watching MLS. MLS is super entertaining because both clubs are equally bad. Okay, maybe that's not the nicest way to word it. Both clubs are of equal level. So they'll have a go at each other. It's like watching a game of basketball, baloncesto, right? It's back and forth and back and forth. It's not just one team has the ball for 90 minutes and the other team is just making a 5-5-0. They're just playing with a wall, and it's just super boring to watch. And that's what it's been like in a lot of La Liga. Now, I understand that will never, ever happen because teams just don't have the quality to play that way. A lot of people think it's super easy to play tiki-taka. No. If playing soccer was simple, everyone would do it. If playing soccer at that high of a level was simple, everyone would do it. But like Johan Cruyff once said, right, soccer is a simple game, but to play soccer simply is not simple at all. Something along those lines. I might have butchered that. But, so yeah, I understand why the lower level clubs don't want to play a high line. They don't want to play possession. They're scared of the rapid wingers that the elite clubs of Europe have, and the pace and the chance creation and getting caught on the counter, and them also not having the quality to keep possession of the ball and the quality to finish chances if they're playing a possession-based style. It might suit them more to just sit back and then play on the counterattack, which there's nothing wrong with. If that's what your team has to do, that's what your team has to do. Our whole 21-22 Champions League winning campaign, that's all we did. We weren't better than a single team we played that year. But we defended well and counterattacked, won the games. Last 2 points. Tchouameni, happy birthday. Thanks for winning us the game. Thank you for 3 points. Hopefully you have a great birthday. If you ever watch this somehow, happy birthday to you. Hopefully you're at Real Madrid for a long time to come. And thank you for scoring the goal. Congrats on the goal. You had a great game. I don't know why you were benched, but I think Ancelotti just wanted a more attacking game plan against a team like Las Palmas because he knew they were going to play a high line. So he wanted to just be a little bit more direct. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, if you're playing a team that you know is going to attack, don't you want that defensive anchor? We won at the end of the day. I'm not a better coach than Ancelotti. I'm not trying to tell him what to do. Just some thoughts that I was having. And my last talking point for today's episode, I know it's a very short one. What is it, 9 minutes that we're at right now? Squad depth. I said it episodes ago. It was going to reach a point where Real Madrid's luck runs out. It was going to reach a point where Real Madrid's fatigue catches up with them. It was going to catch a point where all these injuries are going to catch up to us, and when the guys that are on the field for the injured guys aren't playing very well, we're not going to have very many solutions. I called it episodes ago. Everyone knows how Real Madrid is in January. Managing Madrid was talking about it. There's just a January curse. We're always not very good in the month of January after the breaks, after whatever happens. That's just what Real Madrid does. And we have had a small dip in form. Obviously, fatigue is a huge factor. Just against those games, and once again, not an excuse, but those games against Atletico Madrid really showed it. Like playing Atletico Madrid into extra time, and then playing Barcelona in a final, and then Atletico Madrid again, you're bound to be dead. There's no way that you have the legs to be fresh and just play your normal game. So it's understandable. I know Lucas Vazquez is injured. Obviously, we all know Militao, Alaba, and Thibaut Courtois are out for the rest of the season. And we don't really have a solid left back. Like, we don't know who our starter is yet this late into the season, which is concerning. The fatigue was bound to catch up. Nacho's been in very poor form lately. Even Carvajal's starting to dip a little bit, but that's to be expected. He started off the season so well. I'm very glad that Fede Valverde got a rest. Like, I was so happy. I looked at the lineup, and obviously, if players could play every single game ever, we would always want them in the lineup. But I was so thankful. I'm like, okay, hopefully this guy doesn't, like, pull a hamstring or something, or a quad, or just a tight muscle. Like, we need this guy, so let's just give him a break today. I'm very happy that we were able to give him a break today, especially because I know we've got some big games coming up. And we had a break this whole week. We didn't have games, 6 days off. They have had training, but no games. So that was a good thing. Valverde did get subbed on. He played like 20 minutes, I think, which is a shame. But hey, he changed the game a little bit when he came on, and it got us the 3 points. I wish we could have done it without bringing him on, but hey, what can you do? We got the 3 points. Can't complain. I'm happy about that. So that's my talking points for today. Surprisingly, not very much to talk about. Vinny had a quiet game. Like, he scored, but there wasn't a bunch of pointing your finger in somebody's face or arguing or yelling at the referee or like pissing other players off or making the crowd upset. I probably believe that Carlo Ancelotti talked to him about it, and he's like, hey, like, we really got to stop this. It's affecting our season. It's making your life harder. It's making the team's life harder. It's making La Liga's life harder, the referee's life harder. Let's just calm it down. And as a Madrid fan, it's so refreshing to see. I'm very happy. Hopefully this is the end of Vinny's drama with referees and other players and other fans, and I'm just glad that we didn't see that today, and hopefully it's behind us fully. But we will see. So that's all for me today. Please like if you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you'd like to be part of the community. Trying to get more videos out there. Hard, though, with work and all the other stuff I've got going on. But no excuses. We'll get those videos out there. And I'm thinking more about ideas that aren't really about post-games. Just kind of just like Real Madrid stuff in general. What ifs, hypothesizing, things like that. So thank you so much. Until next time, take it easy.